Hey guys, it's Crystal from Starchild Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do something very similar to what we've already been doing with my deck collection videos, but today is going to be, as you guessed from the title, my deck haul for the month of August. So I did have several decks that came in throughout August that just didn't make it here in time to be a part of my deck collection videos that I had filmed. And so I thought I would just show you what came in, and none of it's particularly new. Let's just start off with that, but it is new to me. I'm going to shift the camera just a little bit here. So let's just jump right in. I'm going to have another haul video for September because unfortunately my deck buying spree has been a very hard habit to break. So let's just jump right in. Let's jump in first with the more traditional deck that came in. And that is the Tarot de Marseille Noblet. This is the Jean Noblet. And I kind of went back and forth on a Marseille deck. I didn't think I wanted one. I had convinced myself that I didn't. These are the backs. But I caved and decided I did want one anyway. I decided that I wanted to kind of branch out on the different systems. So I did not have a Marseille, and this is the one I went with. And honestly, obviously nudity warning, sorry, a little late. The Fool in this deck is really what made my decision on which Marseille to get, because I think this Fool is hilarious and a little more vulgar than other Fools, but I think it kind of adds to the charm. I very much enjoy this deck. I very much enjoy the typos, the misprints from the original Marseille. The original copy of this deck is the oldest known Marseille deck, I believe, and it is on display in the Library of Paris, if I'm not mistaken. So this is a obviously reproduction of that deck. There were some cards missing, I believe, in the swords, and Jean Noblet had filled those in. So it is a complete deck now. It's your typical Marseille. I feel like there are some stylistic differences between one Marseille and the next. But I feel like overall, you know, if you've seen one, you've seen them all, right? Maybe, no, not necessarily. I guess that's not fair, but this is the one I went with just because, again, I was so drawn to that Fool and just being so different from other Fools that we see in Marseille decks, with his pants actually being ripped and not covering his goods. So I just thought it was funny. So yeah, this is the Jean Noblet. I do want a Dodal eventually as well. I kind of went back and forth between those two. But again, I am excited to work with Marseille. I haven't. My great grandmother was from France, and she read tarot as well, and I have to imagine that perhaps she had a Marseille deck as well. So I don't know, it was just, that was kind of my train of thought when I wanted to get a Marseille, was that it kind of felt right because she came from France, she read tarot. I'm assuming it was a Marseille deck. Nobody can really confirm or deny that because no one knows what happened to her deck. But yeah, so that was my thought process there. Not anything too crazy exciting. The next deck is one that I think everyone has seen probably a million times, and I finally got my hands on it, and that is the Starchild Tarot. This is the Akashic version. This is the larger version, I think. They've come out with a couple of versions. I don't know if it says anywhere which, I mean, it does say Akashic, but just as far as like which printing this is, I don't know. No, that's all. So I don't know if this was the original or not, but here's your book. Again, I think everyone has seen this deck a million times, but I did not own a copy of it. So I was very excited to get my hands on it. I've gone and gushed over Danielle Noel's artwork about 1,010 times. So, oops. So I was, I don't know, I was just really thrilled to get it in. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on it because again, I think everybody has kind of seen this one at some point or another. I haven't had a chance to work with it yet because again, I am kind of working on all of the decks that I've had come in during quarantine and getting to know all of them kind of in their time or when they call to me. I've had the Osho Zen for months and months and months, and that finally called to me last week. I worked with that for a good week, and we had a really great time together. Even though when it had come in, I wasn't so sure. I don't know, sometimes I feel like the timing just has to be right. So as much as I've been dying to get into this, just holding this deck feels nice. I like the size of the cards, even though they are really large. It's probably going to be really difficult to shuffle them. I like that matte finish. I love her artwork, so I am dying to work with this deck. But I've held off because there are others in line in front of it. And actually, I think this would make a really nice winter deck. Kind of like the Fountain Tarot for me, where I feel like it's very cold. This artwork kind of reminds me of that, where it feels, with all these pastels, it feels kind of icy and chilly, and like it'd be good to pull out during, you know, some icier, chillier weather. So I'm sure I'll work with it before then, but I do feel like if it doesn't come out until winter, that's fine too. I feel like it'll make a nice winter deck. So that is the Starchild Tarot. Again, I think everyone has kind of seen that one. On a similar note, I also grabbed the first edition of Ethany's Bad Bitches Tarot. This is another deck that I've been eyeballing since it came out. I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I wanted it. And the opportunity presented itself for me to grab that first edition copy, and so I did. Here's your little white book. You can see she breaks it down in an interesting way. You have the Nine of Cups, the Bear meaning, the Boudoir, Business, Bank, and Blocked. So you have a nice variety of card meanings. Here's your backs. Sorry if you could hear my phone going off in the background. They have these cute little queen bees, and they're foiled. Oh my gosh, you guys, my neighbors just pulled in right next to where I'm filming. I'm literally like at the window getting light. They're going to think I'm crazy. That's fine. So yeah, I kind of went back and forth on this because I know everyone said like, oh, it's very like supermodel-esque. All of the people are kind of built in similar ways. And I do feel like the cards are very stark. There's not a whole lot going on in the background. I just turned that. There's not a whole lot going on in the background. You literally kind of just have the figure, obviously the swords, but I figured I wanted to give it a try. I think it's cute. I love simple artwork like this with like the fashion girls. This is what makes me think of like fashion girls. Like when you have to see like the fashion girl notebooks. That sounds so cheesy when I say it like that. She's a little curvier. That's cool. But yeah, so that's always a style that I thought was really cute and simple and approachable. It's going to be interesting to see how this reads, because again, I haven't had a chance to play with this either. But I am really excited about it. I think it's really cute. Again, it's not a very diverse deck, obviously. You just have a bunch of ladies, but I feel like for the right person, this deck could be really approachable if you're reading for somebody who has kind of that vibe about them, that cute girl, fashionista vibe. I feel like this could be a really fun deck for somebody like that, or just like a cute girl's night out. Like obviously I wouldn't pull this out for everybody. But yeah, so again, I think that's one that most of us have seen. It's really beautiful. And like I said, I'm really excited to work with it. I just don't know with how stark the cards are, how it's going to read. We're going to find out, right? That's kind of the whole point. So that is the Bad Bitches Tarot by Ethany. I just moved my reading cloth. Next up, speaking of stark, we have an intentionally stark deck, is the Spacious Tarot. This is by, doesn't tell me on the outside. This is the second edition from 2020. And I will get the name for you as I get my card stuck in the ribbon, by Carrie Mallon and Annie Roop. I might be wrong there. But here is your little white book. You get a page for each card, it looks like. And this one, it's another one that I kind of went back and forth on, because I wasn't sure. Again, it is very stark. You have no people. You just mostly have landscapes. Oh, I apologize for my nails too, by the way, guys. I haven't had a chance to redo them, so they're looking a little sad. But you have like landscapes. You have some animals. But the thought process behind this was, you know, that you're able to kind of insert yourself into the scenery of the card, and maybe do the little path working, do a little bit of meditation. This Hermit card is so beautiful. I don't know. I really love it. So yeah, again, this isn't one that's highly unusual. This isn't one, you know, that's a big underdog. I don't know what I'm saying. My brain is a little fried, you guys. Bear with me. This whole virtual schooling thing is killing me. Yeah, so this isn't one that's, you know, that obscure. We see this pop up. People have this in their collection. I think it's really beautiful. All your pages are animals. All your pages, what? All your court cards are animals. So here's bears for the pentacles. So cute. The cardstock on these is really nice. Again, it is matte. And the artwork is just, this Four of Swords is beautiful. The artwork is just gorgeous. Again, it is, oh, you have the little mouse. It is something that's going to be interesting to see what it's like to read with. You have crows here for your sword court. But I was really excited about it. It's very different. I think it's very outside of anything else. The wands do feel a little pippish to me. I feel like there's not a whole lot going on scenery-wise. But that's okay. Again, you kind of have like a Marseille pip style deck. Again, I don't know. I feel like the wands are the only one that I feel that way. You have your little salamanders for your court. Here's your cups. See, the cups, you actually get some scenery back again. I don't know. Anyway, I'm really excited to work with this. Again, it's another one that I sat on. Here's your backs. I don't think I showed those. I sat on it because I just wasn't sure if it was for me, if it was something I could work with, but the opportunity presented itself and I grabbed it. So that is the Spacious Tarot. Now, this is one that I eyeballed for a long time as well. I don't think it's been out that long. So, oh, 2015 it says as far as the original publication date. And that is the Urban Tarot. I've had my eye on this for a while and kind of sat on pulling the trigger. But guess what? I did it anyway. So here's the little white book. You get a decent amount. It is a single page per card, but these are pretty packed pages. I say that, and here's a half page. But there's a lot of information, and I love the backs on these. Look like subway maps, which is really cool. I don't live in a particularly urban setting. Definitely more of a suburb, but I spent a lot of time in my life in New York City, traversing New York City. And so, yeah, I don't know. The scenery is something that speaks to me because I know it. It's fine. I like how approachable this deck is. I like, I don't know. I just like how it brings the tarot into the modern day in a way that's recognizable to me. Again, maybe not to everyone. Why? My phone is just blowing up over there, you guys. I'm so sorry. I have it charging, so it's not even like I can put it on silent. It's all the way across the room. It does follow a Thoth system. It does have keywords down here. I just, again, I sat on it because I wasn't so sure. But then eventually I went for it. After the Next World Tarot, once I got the Next World Tarot in, whoops, I just threw the Fool. And I saw how much I loved working with that deck, with the modern imagery, and I think it has a very similar vibe. I feel like they play well together. The Next World Tarot and the Urban Tarot, I have played with them together a little bit, which is why you'll see there's reversals in here, because I was hanging out with both of them together for like a hot minute there. And I feel like they play really well together. I feel like they have the same kind of urban vibe. They have the same modern vibe. And I really liked playing with them together. And actually, the Next World Tarot was what convinced me to finally pull the trigger on the Urban Tarot. Because, again, I wasn't expecting to love the Next World as much as I did. So, again, I've only played with this a little teeny tiny bit with the Next World Tarot. I am really excited to kind of get to know it on its own. But yeah, that's the Urban Tarot. And the last one that I have today is very similar to the Urban Tarot in the sense that it is built around a city. And ironically, not a city that I'm very familiar with. I picked this deck up because I had literally never seen it before. I'd never seen it pop up anywhere. That's kind of been my new shtick lately, is if I see a deck show up and I've never seen it before, I kind of jump on it just because I want to get to know it. So this is the Bridge Witches Tarot. And this is actually the second edition. It was published in 2018. Here is your not so little white book. It's actually quite large. This deck is by, let's find the author's name, Killer Pancake. Stop it. That's amazing. The L's in Killer are actually an 11. So Killer Pancake. And she dedicated this to the 10th Ward of Pittsburgh. This deck is all about her experiences in and around Pittsburgh and the community and the people of Pittsburgh. Now, I currently live in Pennsylvania right now. I'm a Jersey girl transplanted. I've actually never been to Pittsburgh. I'm on the polar opposite side of Pittsburgh. I'm on the Jersey border, so don't know anything about Pittsburgh, but I just thought this deck was so unique that I picked it up. These are your backs. This is your title card. And these are so unique and so vivid and so bright that I don't know. I saw a couple of cards from the deck and I fell in love with the artwork and I was like, you know what? I don't care if I don't know anything about Pittsburgh. I'm gonna learn. I will read that book. I love this idea of the wheel. She has these plans of security and of this nice house and good things. And then there's all this like bad just kind of spewing from her mouth. Even though she has this dream of being in a better place, she can't help the fact that she keeps, you know, kind of speaking the opposite into reality. It's interesting, right? So yeah, this is just such a different take on the tarot. It's a little aggressive in some cards. It's a little unnerving in some cards, but I just like this one kills me, this Judgment card. But yeah, it's deep and it's thoughtful and it's just so beautiful. I think the artwork is just so cool. And I don't know, it seems to follow its own system just from going through. Like here's the 6 of Trees and it says Breakfast of Champions on this whiskey bottle. Like it just, I don't know, it just seems to have kind of its own voice, its own system, its own thing going on. Oops, that was my cat. Sorry, guys. She just jumped off the table. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited also to get to know this one. I'm really excited to kind of understand some more about what's going on in these cards. Some of them make perfect sense to me. Some of them I look at them and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm looking at. But it was just so different than anything I'd ever seen. And yeah, I don't know. I'm real excited. So that is the Bridge Witches Tarot. I will say the cardstock on these, like together, when they're all together in my hand, feels nice. But individually, it's a little flimsy, a little floppy. So I'm going to be interested to see how these hold up as well. I'm not sure who these were published through. Does it say? No. I mean, it's an independently published deck, so I guess that's a silly question. I don't know why I asked that. But yeah, so that's the Bridge Witches Tarot. And that's it, you guys. Short and sweet. Nothing too crazy. That is my deck haul for August. If there's anything that you'd like to see a walkthrough of, please let me know. In fact, I think my next video will be a walkthrough as well of maybe the Ritual Abuse Tarot. Seeing that we're now in the fall season. Happy Mabon, you guys. Mabon blessings, all that good stuff. So yeah, so my next video might be a walkthrough of the Ritual Abuse Tarot, so we can just look at it card by card and see kind of how it compares to the various systems and what that looks like. But if there's anything that you'd like to see, comment down below. Let me know. What did your August look like? What did you get in August? Have you seen the Bridge Witches Tarot before? What do you know about it? Fill me in. Share the deets. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.